Hey guys, Katie here, and today I am doing the favorite films tag, which is kind of a companion to the top 10 influential books tag. Once again, I was not tagged, but this seems like fun, and who doesn't love talking about their favorite books and movies? I'm not listing these in any particular order, they're just my 10 favorite movies that I can think of and why I love them. The first movie I want to talk about is Tangled. As a child, I loved The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast and Pocahontas, but seeing Tangled as a grown-up, I was pretty much completely taken with it, and it's so happy and funny, but also interesting. I love Rapunzel, I love Flynn Rider. Usually if I am feeling down, I will watch Tangled because it's just fun. My next favorite film is Charade with Audrey Hepburn and Cary Grant. If you haven't seen it, it's about Audrey Hepburn, who plays a character named Reggie. She finds that her husband has been killed when she gets back from vacation, and all of their belongings have been sold at an auction, aside from the bags that her husband was carrying when he was killed. Cary Grant comes in to help, but of course he keeps admitting that he's not who he says he is, and there are bad guys hanging out and people threatening her, all because Reggie's husband apparently had $250,000 hidden in his bags, and apparently everyone wants it. Charade is set in the 60s, so Audrey Hepburn wears wonderful Givenchy clothes, and her hair is always up in these amazing updos, and Cary Grant is very dashing, of course. So it's a great film, and one I hope many people will watch if they haven't seen it yet. My next favorite film is Moulin Rouge. I love musicals and Ewan McGregor, right? So I actually just watched this the other day, and I was surprised at how much I still love it and know every single word. I think Moulin Rouge is a really interesting musical since it uses other songs from pop culture and things like that to make its songs. And it seems to me that it might stick around for a while, but we'll see. Maybe someday it will be a classic. Here's one I actually own. It's The Two Towers. Yay! I was not a huge Lord of the Rings fan. When the first movie came out, I was full-on Harry Potter freak time. So for a while I actually refused to go see the movie, even though I had read the books when I was younger and really enjoyed them. By the time The Two Towers came out, I was already completely obsessed with Fellowship of the Ring, and I had gone back and read some of the books, and I saw The Two Towers about 8 times in the theater because I just couldn't help it. And the thing I love most about this movie is Éowyn. She's a great character. She's strong, but at the same time, she's dealing with a lot. She's more complex. She's not a flat character at all, so I love The Two Towers. It's still my favorite Lord of the Rings movie, even including The Hobbit, which has been a lot of fun. My next favorite film is The Darjeeling Limited. Wes Anderson is so much fun, and I really love everything he does, but because The Darjeeling Limited is about 3 siblings, I find that I relate to it a lot. I am a middle child. I have an older sister and a younger sister, and much like the brothers in The Darjeeling Limited, we are all very different, yet strikingly similar. I can see us in them in the way that, you know, each sibling functions and how they interact. It's just crazy fun. I love the colors, I love the fonts that Wes Anderson uses, and I think Adrian Brody, Jason Schwartzman, and Owen Wilson are incredible. And of course Angelica Houston, come on. Now of course I couldn't list my favorite films without listing Pride and Prejudice. I also have the Jennifer L version. I actually think I like that one more now, but when I first saw this I was totally sold on it. Matthew McFadden is beautiful, and I love him as Darcy. I do not love Colin Firth. I'm sure that many people will smack me over the head for saying that this is the better Darcy, but I feel that, I really do. My next favorite film is Anastasia, the cartoon version with Meg Ryan and John Cusack. This was one of my favorite films when I was younger, but not too much younger because I think it came out when I was a teenager. There's just so much to love about this movie with the music and the voice acting, and Anastasia is a cool character. It's an amazing story, such a sad and tragic part of history. I do enjoy learning more about history, whether it's real or not, which most of this is total BS, but it's fun and there are pretty dresses and there's a happy ending and there's a talking bat who blushes when people kiss. So, my next favorite film is Little Women. This is one of the first movies I remember seeing in the theater and getting really upset about. I think I cried, and I never become so emotional about a movie in my life. I'm not sure why this one got me. I think I was like 12 or maybe 11, I don't know, but I loved it. It made me so sad, and we had the VHS set, so it was 2 VHS tapes because it was so long, and I would sit there and watch it over and over and over again. I love the ending, and of course Christian Bale as Laurie is so wonderful. He's so sweet, he's such a great character. And another thing is, I feel like you don't often get to see people grow up on film in movies. You know, most of the time things take place in a small amount of time and you don't really see much other than that present moment, but Little Women gives you a glimpse into the future, and that's pretty amazing. My next favorite film is of course the Harry Potter series. Does this count as one? I don't know, whatever. I love Harry Potter, and even though the movies aren't always so true to the book, I really enjoy watching the movies and seeing everything come to life, and especially the later films when they get to be a little bit more grown up and darker. Oh gosh, it's just wonderful. And my final favorite film is Amélie. Since I was very young, I loved France, and I've taken French classes for maybe 7 years now. So of course when I saw Amélie, I fell in love with it. It's so creative, it's so beautiful, so imaginative, and it's in French. I still can't really understand most of what they say, even though I did take French in college, but you know, I could pretend, whatever. Amelie's such a great story, and it's so vivid and complex. Do I say that a lot? Things are complex, but I don't know. Who doesn't love complexity? It's just a great film, and it does a lot with color and setting and just everything. So that is actually probably appropriately one of my very favorite films. Anyway, that's about it for my favorite films. I'm still not going to tag anyone, but please, if you haven't yet, do the tag. It's really fun. I had a lot of fun talking about it, thinking about it. I will see you later. Bye.